What's up, guys? Welcome to today's video. So we are doing, I almost forgot, we are doing my September TBR, and we are also going to do my August reading wrap up, and I'm excited. I've read quite a few good books this month. Today's October 31st, mind you, and I felt like even though it's a little warm in here, I had to rock the cardigan with the pumpkin shirt because we are entering into the Burr months. And I'm sure you've seen those posts all over Instagram and like the Twilight ones where it's like, whatever, I don't know. Anyways, the first couple videos when you're first getting into filming is so awkward. If you do videos, you understand. However, I have tried doing YouTube for so long now. Like, I've made so many channels. I've tried doing reading videos, vlogs, cooking videos. I do gaming videos too. Like, I've been posting like The Sims, and I have another channel where I post like Call of Duty and stuff. Anyways, I've tried doing YouTube for a very long time. I end up like getting into it and then I don't stick with it. And I think now that I'm getting older, this is like a little tangent. As I'm getting older, I don't know, when you enter into your 30s, you just, I don't know, you stop like caring as much, I guess. Like, not caring in a bad way, but like, I'm just like, you know what? I really like talking. I like talking about books and gaming and cooking, and I'm a big homebody. So I'm like, I'm just gonna stop overthinking this, and if I film, I film. If I post, I post. So we're filming, and hopefully we're posting. But anyways, so I'm happy to have you here if you're here. I also, last year when I was doing my reading videos, I stopped filming those because I deleted the channel. But I ended up getting a throat injury, really bad throat injury. So this helps. And I'm naturally a very quiet person and I speak very quietly. So I'm thankful for the mic because when I first started doing YouTube, I didn't have this like little thing. Anyways, I'm rambling here. I'm excited. Okay. I started the Zodiac Academy and my friend recommended it. And she actually just finished the series, and I'm like, oh my god, now I have to finish it because I want to be able to talk about it. So I started that. I want to say my phone's up on my desk, so I don't have it, but I want to say I started it like January, February, March, April, May, June, July, maybe June or July. And I'm on what book am I on right now? I wrote it down. I'm on Cursed Fates, which I think is the 5th one. I don't know. I was on Goodreads earlier, and there was like a list of like the order you should read the books in, but I didn't read some of the novellas yet, and so like the boys' point of POV or something like that, I haven't read that. And then I think there was another one I haven't read, so I may go back and read those, but since I'm so like progressed in the story, I may not. I haven't decided. Maybe like once I finish the series and I'm yearning to be back in the world, I might go back to those. But so I know I didn't read like point 5, the one that you're supposed to read before the awakening. I'm on technically the 5th one in my head. So I read, is this a chaotic video actually? I'm like going over it. Have you seen the meme with like all the numbers in front of the face? I don't know. If I can find it, I'll pop it up. That's what I feel like I'm doing right now because I'm calculating. Is this even a good video? I don't know. So I started the Zodiac Academy. Now you see why I wanted to start these videos though, because I just like talking. I like yapping about books and food and stuff like that. I started the Zodiac Academy. Actually obsessed. I have never read a book with, unless I just don't remember, but with like I don't know, everything that's in this book, you know? And also, I've never gotten this far deep into a series, and it's so fun and comforting. I've read quite a few series now, but nothing this long, okay? So there's that. My videos will get better as I learn, okay? So just bear with me. In August, I read, let's see, Ruthless Fae. Read that one. And I won't go into like what they're about right now. I might, since I'm still in the middle of reading the series, I'm on the 5th one. I do want to start doing like reading vlogs and stuff. So when that time comes, I'll like include like, hey, this is a spoiler, so don't listen. But this video is spoiler free, just so you know. But anyways, so I read Ruthless Fae. There's not much I can say about these because they're into the series. But then I read The Reckoning, and then I read Shadow Princess. I was on the edge of my seat on that one. Okay, was it that one or no? The Reckoning. Yeah, The Reckoning. is where I was like, I remember because I actually bought, okay, so I started the series and they're on Kindle Unlimited, and I was like, oh, okay, that's great because I have Kindle Unlimited. And then I went to a Barnes & Noble a couple weeks ago and I was like, wait a second, I kind of want to like, there's no better feeling in the world besides like having the physical book and having it on your Kindle, right? And if you're really bougie, which I typically am sometimes, I'll even see if my library has it on Libby, you know, to get the audiobook, but they didn't at my library. Okay, so I got The Reckoning. I picked it up. I just felt so cool, like, lugging this thing around, right? Like, my husband's like, dang, that's a big book. And I'm like, yeah, I know. So I read this one, The Reckoning. This is the one that I was on actually the edge of my seat. And I was freaking out. And then this one, the preface of this one, or like the author's note in The Reckoning, I can't remember. They were like, because it's written by two authors, Caroline Peckham and Susanne Valentini. I don't know. If I said it wrong, I apologize. But I love them. And they were like, this book is if you're like, for my action girlies, or like however they said it, this is for you. And I was like, oh no, this is going to be intense. And it was intense, but it wasn't as intense as I thought it would be. Maybe I'm just like used to the series. I'm used to getting battered by now and like beat up. But so I read The Reckoning. I read Shadow Princess. And I read, Made for Each Other by Lynn Painter. This was so flipping cute. I can actually talk about the other books because they're not a part of a series. Okay, so this one, so Abby has an infestation in her apartment and she's maid, so she's cleaning one of her customers, I couldn't think of the word, one of her customers' houses, and Declan happens to be a billionaire and he lives in a really beautiful penthouse. And so she was like, you know what, I'm just gonna stay the night for a couple nights because my house is getting, infested by bugs, whatever it was. And she ends up running into somebody there. And I don't know if it says it on the back, I think it does, but anyways, so they end up meeting and it's fake dating. It's really cute. I really enjoyed it. I read this in like 2 days and I loved it. It's so funny though, because now that I'm reading these books like so consistently, like this is my main series right now. When I go to read books like this, I'm like, oh my god, that's nothing, and I want more. So I've been bit by the bug of series. Okay, and then we have The Love Hypothesis by Hazelwood, and this is the last book that I've read in August. So I read The Reckoning, Shadow Princess, Made for Each Other, and The Love Hypothesis. But I feel like I read one more book. Maybe it was just 4, because I think this month. Wait, this is this month. I think I've read one more book. Actually, you know how I said my phone is on my desk? I'm recording on it. So that just goes to show how scatterbrained I am. But anyways, if I can think of it, like once I'm editing this video, if I have read another book, I will pop it up here. Okay, so then we have The Love Hypothesis. Guys, I have had this book since it came out. I remember buying it, I think like within like the first couple of weeks when this book originally came out, and I never read it. And I don't know why. I just never read it. And I ended up reading Problematic Summer Romance by Hazelwood recently, and I was freaking obsessed. Which, by the way, if you read that, make sure you read Not in Love. I'm pretty sure is the name of it. I'll pop it up on the screen because you don't have to, but the characters like Rue, and that's how you know I liked the book when I remember the characters. Rue and, is it Ethan? Oh my god, if it is, I'm gonna freak out because I never remember names. They are, Ethan, if that's his name, is the main character in Not in Love, and that is the sister, which I can't even remember her name. It was something like I just can't remember. They're interconnected, and I wish I would have read them in order, but I didn't. So now I want to go back, and I actually put a hold on it at my library to read that one. I'm obsessed with Hazelwood, by the way. One of my new favorite authors. I read Problematic Summer Romance, which I think was the first book I read from her. And then I read this one. So I've only read 2 from her, and I'm obsessed. Literally obsessed. So Olive, which I love that name, and then Adam. Oh, and did you see they're coming out with an adaptation about that? I'm so excited. I saw it on Instagram. Maybe that's what finally pushed me to read this book. I think it was. Yeah, it was, because I saw an Instagram post about it, and they're finally turning it into a movie, and I'm stoked about it. This one, so cute. I loved this one so much. It was so cute. Okay, so now my September TBR. Okay, so first off, like I said, I'm in the middle of Zodiac Academy, and that's kind of taken over my life right now. So the two that I want to start with are Cursed Fates, which I am about 30% through that one, so I should finish it in the next couple of days. So I'm in that one, which I probably will film a vlog on that because I just want to talk about it. And if you've read Zodiac Academy, let me know, because just let me know, okay? So we can we can talk about this. Okay, and then the big ass party, or the big ASS party, I don't know, I think that's so funny. So that is a novella, and I forgot where I looked up the reading order. I'm pretty sure just on maybe their website, the author's website, or maybe just Google, I don't remember. But anyways, so it goes, The Cursed Fates is the 5th one, and then the 6th one is the novella The Big Ass Party. So I would definitely be reading those. And then we have a few, and I put Fated Throne. So 5, 6, 7. So that'll be the 7th one. I can't believe I'm almost done with the series. And almost, I mean, I'm halfway through. It's crazy. Okay. And then I have Play Nice by Rachel Harrison. I'm pretty sure, I don't know much about this book besides that I think it's a horror, and it comes out September 9th. I pre-ordered it and I'm excited. I love the cover of it. I think it's so cool. I love just creepy haunted houses. I don't read horror and thrillers very often just because they scare me. And typically I read romance, general fiction sometimes. I got into historical fiction. I read The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. And I think I've read a few other historical fictions, but not too many. And I really enjoyed that. I'd like to venture out more into that genre, but I just haven't yet because my comforts are romance and fantasy. But I want to venture out into that, and I do love women's fiction, so yeah. But anyways, so Play Nice is a horror book, and it is a horror novel. I'm pretty sure it's horror, and it is about, I think, a haunted house. I need to read the synopsis, but I don't know, I might just surprise myself and dive into it on September 9th. I can't wait. It's fall, guys. It's fall. And then People Watching by Hannah Young. And I'm also excited. That one, I'm pretty sure when I was looking at it, it comes out on September 9th as well. And I pre-ordered that one too. And, I should have thought this one through, filming and having my phone on me so I could look up the synopsis for those. But I can't. I could pull out my iPad, but it's off. So I'm being lazy. I think People Watching, I could be totally wrong, but maybe is fake dating, or I don't remember exactly. But it is romance, so I am excited about reading those. So those are that's my September TBR, and that is my August monthly reading wrap up. This was so fun. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a little chaotic just because, I'm new to this, technically, not really. I've been trying to do YouTube, like I said, for so long now. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm really excited to start posting more videos. There's also this game that came out recently called The Tiny Bookshop. I might do some gaming videos on that. I haven't really decided. Definitely gonna do some reading vlogs and just see where this journey goes. I don't know, I'm getting older. I'm really chill. I'm I just want to talk to my friends online. I just want to talk and yap about books and create hopefully fun, enjoyable videos to watch. So if all of that sounds like it's up your alley, definitely hit the subscribe and the like button. I would love to have you here. And with all of that being said, I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.